Hi, this is video number 5 in my series, and this question is, how do I know if I'm living in a sick house? What are the diseases and symptoms caused by geopathic and electromagnetic stresses? My name is Karen Mileson. I've been a researcher and practitioner in the natural health field for over 40 years, and I'm an expert in energetic healing, including healing sick houses. I'm also a wellness coach and author of a book entitled Our Energetic Evolution in Healing: The Secrets to Surviving the Unseen Forces That Are Killing You. In my earlier videos, I talked about how our sick house caused my husband's death from cancer and my former neurological problems. I invite you to watch this 4-minute video because you'll learn more about the symptoms and diseases to look for. The 2 clues I mentioned in video 2 were that I noticed that when I was away from home, I always felt better, and that both Don and I kept getting sicker despite doing really good therapies. Do you recognize either or both of these clues in you or a family member? Are you not getting healthier and feeling better despite doing really good therapies? If your answer is yes to either one of these questions, then you may be feeling the effects of geopathic stress. Now, the diseases and symptoms vary depending upon the type of geopathic stress and our own inherent weaknesses. And the diseases can range from cancer, as my husband had, which ran in his family with both parents and his sister, his only sibling, all dying from cancer, to neurological disorders like I had from the same environment that caused Don's cancer. So it was our own inherent weaknesses that determined our illnesses. Other common illnesses can be chronic fatigue syndrome, allergies, colds, insomnia, strokes, migraines, heart conditions, learning disabilities, infertility, most any illness. Geopathic stress can trigger most any disease. It's not just cancer, although that's where most of the research has been focused. Cancer and other chronic illnesses are the end result, with many other common signs, symptoms, aches, and pains developing long before any illness. We need to listen to our body and pay attention to the cause of our early symptoms and resolve them before they develop into a life-threatening or debilitating disease. Problem sleeping is a primary and early symptom. Don and I both had trouble sleeping. A client here in Colorado mentioned she was sleeping better as the first thing she noticed after neutralizing the geopathic stress in her home. That tells me that there was geopathic stress where the beds were. Headaches are another early symptom that I had. A client's daughter told me that she and her sister, who she shared a room with, had frequent headaches. When they went to college, their headaches disappeared, but would come back again when they were at home. There can be extreme fatigue to almost complete collapse, which is where I was when I moved. One client was so exhausted that she talked about not being able to take care of herself, much less the weeks of dirty dishes that were always in her sink, and her house that looked on the inside like a tornado would hit it. No appetite, upset stomach with vomiting, which I also had. That's my sign that I'm releasing more radiation from my body. Depression, including being suicidal. One client told me after she was better that she had been suicidal. That was about 5 years ago. I hear from her once or twice a week now, and her improvement has been dramatic. Another client who was exhausted was a farmer in his 60s who had never felt any energy and always had to push himself. After neutralizing his farmhouse, he had energy for the first time in his life. Undiagnosed aches and pains, trouble concentrating or doing any mental work or clear thinking. One client mentioned that the second day after neutralizing the geopathic stress, she felt like an anesthesia of the body and brain fog was lifting. Nervousness, night sweats, cramps, feeling cold in bed, grinding teeth, increased heart rate in bed, almost anything. To recap this, if you can't tell how sick your house is from any illness, from your symptoms, by watching your pets, from not getting better after doing therapies that should be working, or by how you feel when you're away from home, then you can learn to test where the geopathic stress is in your home. It's all detailed starting on page 243 in my book. My next video, number 6, is about the dangers from using microwave ovens.